Alrighty, folks. Sorry for the delay in any videos, but I had an extremely long work week. So, was wondering what I was going to do with this chunk here that I started, and I got so many resources from my slime pit that I decided I'm going to go ahead and quarry it out and make a seriously epic item sorter. Now, the difference between my item sorter and other people's is they sort from the top down, which is fine when that's what you want to do. But I thought, well, why waste all that space and all those serious materials? Because I mean, think about it. You got to make chests, not just to hold things, but also in order to make hoppers, you have to make chests first. Then you have to have an abundance of iron to make all the hoppers. And if it's a truly large sorting system, then you're going to spend a lot of resources, lots of materials doing it. And I said to myself, well, there should be a less resource intensive way to do it. And it hit me. Have your item sorter sort at the bottom and bring everything to the top using item elevators. Now, you say, well, that's not really a sorting system, except for what most people have forgotten is these item elevators hold items. And in so doing, they store them. So they're like little chests that you can get into each and every one of them exactly when you want. So I won't just hold the resources I want to keep or the ones that I want to use, but it'll sort them out for me. And I can keep expanding it from the bottom all the way up to the sky limit, as long as I can, get up to it. But I could take things out the entire line all the way up. Doesn't matter what level I'm on. So I don't have to be at the bottom most chests or have all that stuff filled up in order to access the level I want. All I've really got to do is have everything in the same column, so to speak. So if I'm sorting out, say, diamonds, and I've got lots of them, this item sorter will fill from the top down, but it's going to take things from the bottom up. So, yeah. So it won't matter what level I'm on if I've got lots of them. And you said, well, Johnny, that's the same thing with chests and hoppers. Except for how much iron do you spend on those hoppers? 3 iron per hopper. You're already using, say, a minimum of 15 hoppers just to get the system sorted. And for every item you want to sort, it's going to be at least 3 more hoppers, plus a hopper per level dropping down. And I'm going to have just the sort hoppers and no other hoppers. So I'm going to stop, if I only want to sort 5 items, I'm going to stop at 15 or 16 hoppers. So I'm going to quarry all this down, build my sorter, and then, of course, I'm going to have to disguise it. The only part I want to be noticed or seen is the entry for my sorting system, which can, believe it or not, just be a hole in the ground and a hopper to catch, because a hopper will catch whatever you throw down into it. So that works for me. And then the top, which would be some chests. But, and here's the catch, the top chests will refill as I empty them. How about that? So they don't even have to be large chests. And in fact, at first they probably won't be. Or they will be. I don't know. I'm still working out the details. So, that's what I plan on doing. And like I said, I'll start my sort with the resources I find in this quarry, and probably not really going to publish this video right away. I don't want someone to beat me to it. You know, they watch my video, they go, oh, I can do that, and the next thing you know, boom, they've got one, preempts my video. I don't know. I owe a video for this weekend. I try to put one out every weekend, and so I probably will. So, mega item sorter. Oh yeah, and the one I'm designing, I believe I can wrap it around this entire chunk. Just come on around this way, all the way down to here, and then all the way around to there if I need to. So I can keep adding on to it. Should not be a big deal. So that's the plans. And I'm not going to make you watch me quarry everything out. We'll see how far I get. And yeah, we'll see if I can't make this work the way it should work. Alright, well, thank you very much, and I guess I'll see you when I'm done, or when I'm building. Alright, now I'm excavating. Don't expect anyone to want to watch that. So, when I'm building, that's usually when I videotape, or when I make a long video. So, and I'll explain the mechanics of your basic item sorter. Basically, they're all the same. With to start out, they've got to separate items by recognition, and the only way to break them is to overstuff them. And I'm hoping that I'm not able to do that, or if I am, that I can devise a system that'll tell me when it's getting too full, so that I can add on to it before it breaks. It's always possible. So right now you're not hearing any effects. Hang on a minute. It's raining and it's going to drown me out. Let's turn the volume down. I'm keeping my grid lines for the chunk active so that I, you know, don't mess up. At least until I get a good outline on it. So, it's just this boring old take it down a level at a time. We don't want to fall into lava. During that slime one, I almost fell into lava, almost fell into a yawning chasm. Oh, that's the other thing. I gotta devise an automatic way to get things here from my farms. That'll be actually quite awesome if I can. I believe I can make a rail system that will pick things up from my farms and put them in here. But to do that, I really do have to have an indicator, because, well, you see how fast the sugarcane farm, if I put it into full swing, how fast it can fill a space up. So there's always that. And then, of course, I'll expand out my sort system as I get more and more materials. I'm not going to set out to do it. It's just one of those things. As time goes on, you build up more resources. You say, hey, I need to do this, and you expand it. So this is ultimately going to be expandable, extremely expandable, which is exactly what we need. And I've been unsuccessful in getting anyone to invite me into the realm or server. I have joined one server, And lo and behold, nobody's on it. Nobody can tell me, let's see, in one area, a town I don't belong to. This is a weird thing about servers. They've got rules about towns, nations, all these mini games that I don't really play. I just want to be in a world with other people that doesn't rely on whether or not they're actually on a machine right now. So I'd like to come home, fire up my machine, go play in a world, and one where people can appreciate what I come up with. It may just be kind of cool. And what I can't find is any of that. You find people who have towns and nations, and it's PvP. I mean, they just straight up tell you, you know, you're going to get attacked by other players if this town goes to war with that town. And I could start my own realm, but I don't know anyone who would actually play it, so why spend the money? If I can't meet people to play with, I'll just keep coming up with stuff until someone says, hey, enter my world, I want you to play on my world. And I'm self-taught in everything that I'm designing. It just takes a matter of sitting and thinking about it. I do not have a studio. Oh man, those people with studios kill me because I'll put out 4 or 5 videos a week. You know, they've got to be getting paid for it because these videos take time. And they have professional equipment which costs money. I have a laptop, an Xbox game controller with the wired hookup, and that's all I'm working with, folks. I've got a microphone for and a headset, which I'm not using right now, but I've got it so that when I'm really getting into something and I want to be able to talk to you while I do it, and I don't want the sound effects to drown out my voice, I could use that, or I could turn the volume down like I have now. But to have the volume down this low even, I got to be on peaceful mode because I can't really hear it. And if you know the game, you know mobs make sounds, lava makes sounds, so you know when you're close to it. Kind of a little cauldron-y, bubbly sound. But anyways, so it's really not fun, not easy to play with the sound down. So I limit that. You know, I put it on peaceful so that I can use the sounds. Can you believe I did that? Let's get some dirt. Put it back. I do believe in putting things back the way they were if I didn't intend to do it. What else? What else can I possibly tell you about me and the way I like to operate? That's pretty much it. You know, I like to play an honest game. I don't want to show you something on creative that I know you probably would have a terribly hard time doing on survival. So that's why I spend so long getting resources, because I am on survival, not creative. And I'm coming up with this stuff as I go. My half-sister would probably tell you I come up with it on the fly. That's one of her favorite expressions. But anyways, so thanks for tuning in, and we'll call this series the sorting system. It's a bottom-up sorting system, and this will be video 1. And it really shouldn't take me but a couple videos, maybe 2, possibly 3, because I'll explain the way the sort works, and then I'll have to explain the mechanism of the item elevator and the timer, because I'm not going to want this to lag out a system, so I don't want it to try to do a whole bunch of stuff all at once. But I don't want it to take 5 minutes to take my entire inventory either. So what I'll have to do is work that timer so that it does so many items a minute, and without lagging the system out and without creating a ton of noise. And that's the other problem, is some of these item elevators can get noisy because the redstone the redstone components make noise. And when I say an item elevator, what I'm saying is most people use these devices to take resources up to the top of a sorter that's completely silent, but it's resource intensive to build. Like I said, lots of iron, lots of wood, just lots of stuff that you have to go extra out of your way to go get. So instead of making chests and surrounding it with iron to make hoppers, and then have to have lock chests and regular chests, trap chests are also known as. When you're mining, there is one thing that you develop a lot of as far as resource, and that is cobblestone, along with a few choice ores. So I'm not going to dig around for, I don't know, a week trying to find enough iron like I did for, I've done it in the past, man. It took me forever. What I am going to do is use the resources that are already abundant. So when I speak of an item elevator, I'm speaking of a way not just to take items up, but to store them while I'm doing it. Now there is a way to push items into solid rock, and it will take it all the way to the top. It will force it up unless there's a chamber or a cave or something in the way. And it's, it's not really a device. It's more like a physics of the game working on your behalf. And it's great when you want to get stuff up to the top and keep it there. But I want to take the area of one of these blocks, and I want to store stacks of items in there in that one block. And then I want to extend that up like a column. So this is my infinitely expandable dropper-based sorting system. We'll use hoppers simply for the sort and droppers for both the storage and the raising of items from the bottom to the top. So hopefully when I'm done, you'll just simply see a dropper there, maybe a dropper there, but I'll be able to walk up to it and get my precious resources out of it. So without further ado, I'm going to continue working on that, and I give you updates as I go. Probably not tonight, because at my time it's 9 p.m. But throughout the week, definitely by next weekend, I should have it done. All right. Good night, and I'll see you then.